Man, my ass looks so nice.
And there's a dog. Welcome back, guys. Episode 2 of the FitCast Show going down. We're here with Neet, Jeremy. We're going to be going through some more personal stuff rather than last time. So we're going to go through why we started training, how things have changed, I guess kind of what we wish we knew when we first started. But quickly, thank you all that have subscribed, watched the last video. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button as well. Stay up to date with everything we're going through. Drop some comments below. Let us know what you want to see, and we'll make sure that we do get onto it. So let's get into it. Why did we first start training? So personally, mine was because I was that shy, skinny kid. Here's a photo. That's what I looked like. So I think I was 60 kilos when I first started training, and that was when I was
60.
18, 19. 60 kilos.
And you're up to now, what, 100 and something, hey?
Nah, just hit 90.
Just hit 90.
So
It's a big change.
5 years, 30 kilos. Bit of a difference.
So puberty got him.
When you say you got into training because you were a skinny kid, whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, was it because you were getting bullied? Was it because you saw...
No confidence. I had no confidence.
confidence, right? Yeah.
So it was... I was constantly moving schools, moving states, always having to be that new kid that had to make friends.
Sure.
And it was at that point where if we're in a group environment and someone was like, what do you want to do? I would just be a sheep and go along with
Whatever.
everyone else. I was like, I don't care what we do. I just want to be everyone's friend. So I had no confidence, never spoke my mind, never had my own opinion.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then probably when I was, just after left high school, one of my mates signed me up for like a free 7-day trial at a gym. And he was like, hey, I'm doing this thing, come along with me.
Mm-hmm.
Went along with him, and then went from there. And 5 years later, I've done
Just fell in love, hey?
3 shows and in the gym every single day, speaking in front of people every day, being a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how it all started. So
Beautiful.
I mean, I
How about
feel like that's a very big sort of confidence is a big one, right?
100%.
Obviously, when we're talking about fitness and transforming your body image issues and self-esteem issues, especially nowadays with social media and all of that, it's such a big prevalent issue, right? Especially when we're talking in high school, when there's a lot of social cliques, when there's a lot of sort of stereotypes and a lot of different perspectives. It's hard to get that confidence, right?
Yeah,
So
100%.
a lot of kids feel like, building some sort of physical, persona, some physical body might give them that confidence, and that's definitely what I thought. I was not as skinny as you were. I was much
No
more
one was as skinny as I was.
But I was actually, believe it or not, around 80 to 83 kilos when I first started training.
Yeah? When was that? How old were you?
I was, I think, 15, just
15.
towards the end of 15. And now I'm actually 73 kilos, so I've managed to come down from there, but I'm obviously much bigger.
You definitely look a lot better.
Definitely a lot better. And that's the thing with body composition as well. It's not always weight, right? It's
100%.
not always weight. But you need,
Neat.
Yeah, I started up I was more into sports.
Yeah, what sports?
So we used to play cricket, and I used to play my soccer as well.
Was this back
nice.
in India? Or?
Yeah, back in India and then Dubai. So things have been really good, but all of a sudden I studied engineering.
Yep.
Yeah, but I.
Because how long has it been since you've been in Australia? When did you come over?
It's been 1.5 years.
1.5 years? Nice.
Yeah, so just when back in Dubai, I used to play a lot of sports, and then I started my journey as a fitness trainer.
Yeah.
I always wanted to be, as a fitness trainer, but it took time for me to recognize that, what exactly the steps are.
That's where you wanted to
I
go.
had no one was there to guide me.
You said you were doing engineering before?
Yeah, so mechanical engineering, and I dropped it up.
Mechanical engineering.
Yeah.
You're a smart dude.
I feel like that's something both me and Neet share, actually. The fact that we went to uni to pursue something else before we got into fitness, whereas you kind of went straight into fitness.
Yeah, straight out of high school, I've just been...
Straight into fitness.
I've been in the fitness industry for, 6 years now. And I basically work experience in year 10.
Right.
Went with a trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically went, that's what I want to do. And
yeah.
I mean, it was good and bad at the same time, because I was so set on that's what I wanted to do, that...
It's nothing else, eh?
When I was at school and I was like, I'm not doing that subject, I'm just not going to turn up.
Mm-hmm.
When it came to anything to do with training, physical education, I was like, I'm there, that's what I'm doing.
Right.
But then the rest, I just can. But now I'm at uni doing sports science.
Sure.
I'm kind of like, I wish
You'd focus
I did some more on the other side of things, but
Yeah.
I don't know, it is what it is, and I mean, it's all worked out so far.
Yeah,
Just
definitely. Everyone
same
has
for me as
different
well.
paths.
I was not very good at math, science,
Yep.
I was quite good, but not as good as I could be. But in physical way, whenever it came to sports, I was like top of the notch.
Yeah.
You know, like,
I think that's what we're all like. Is
yeah, so you get these things that you get something out of it. Never wanted to study whenever it was like 5 o'clock or 3 o'clock.
You're
Check the
done.
bag, go to the gym. That was
100%.
me.
Yeah.
I'll give you guys something completely different, much like you, but this high school I went to was extremely academic. You know, so much so that it was the second ranking school actually in the HSCs, right? I went to North Sydney Boys. So the majority of the community there is very academic focused. Okay?
True.
Like fitness, physical education, don't even talk about.
Didn't exist.
Don't even talk about. I was the only person, so that's the thing, my journey started really alone.
Yeah.
I got myself to the gym, you know. And it wasn't like I wasn't getting bullied for my fit because no one really looked physically that great at our school, you
that's
know?
true,
No one
that's
was
true.
that fit, no one was that
And I guess
fit.
at that time as well, when you're 17, 18, everyone sort of looks similar. Like there's no.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
You're still going through the phase of puberty.
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
So I feel like definitely I wanted to actually break out of the mold. So it's funny hearing you guys say, you know, you guys were just very sort of fitness, you know.
We knew exactly where we wanted to go.
And knew where you wanted to go. For me, it's always been a struggle actually because on one hand there's the whole cultural and contextual factors telling me, you know, you should be pursuing something from the background that you're from, you know, the educational, academic sort of background. But on the other hand, I know what I'm good at and I know what I love.
Yeah.
So, you know, that's why I continue pursuing what I do. And I think that's important. You should do what you love. That's what I do believe. Yeah.
Because were there any sort of, I guess, driving forces that you had to go one way or another?
Definitely.
Pretty much we're saying to the parents, push you one way.
I mean, I was
To put
doing
it nicely.
I was doing law in my first year
You're doing law?
out of high school.
There you go.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that actually. I'm down in Wollongong. I was doing law, and
When was that? That was last year?
2 years
2 years ago.
2 years ago. And the thing is, my parents never actually forced me to do law. It's always been sort of just an influential sort of thing in my mind, where it's like, you've got the education, you've got the chances to get a degree that allows you to earn higher. But what I realised was during that year actually, and this was very much in line with my fitness journey, I found I'm not having fun doing law. I don't like any of the shit I was studying. I wasn't putting the effort. And the entire time that year, I had quite a few mental issues going on as well. But the entire time I was still training.
Yeah.
I was still dieting and my physique was still moving forward. And that to me showed me this is what I was sort of supposed to do. I can feel so shit but still do this so well.
Yeah, 100%.
And
That's the thing. Is
how
like,
I realised I loved it.
if you feel amazing, you go to the gym. If you feel horrible, you go to the gym.
Exactly.
That's what you like to do. That's what you want to be doing.
I like to put up a point like at the environment.
Yeah.
The environment around you, matters a lot. Like whatever.
100%.
You're a seed, and the environment you sow yourself in.
And the people around you
matters a lot. Like if you have an environment which is not supportive of you, especially when it comes to parents and all that stuff and family, you need them, right?
Yeah.
You need them for the purpose of cherishing you, nourishing you from all sorts of areas of life.
Would you say that support is like a big part of what kept you motivated? Like, did you have that support when you first started training?
Yeah, like support matters, but you're alone. You came alone and you will go alone. But it's just like, you need some sort of support. Sometimes you need, you're emotionally down, you need somebody.
Someone, yes.
Maybe, everyone is different, every individual is different. Maybe I might not need it as much as you need it.
Yeah.
So it depends upon individual to individual as well. So environment matters a lot.
So going on from that environment, the people around you, how they support you, I guess we've all experienced that in the competing side of things as well. Is that, I guess, the people that are around you, they understand why you're doing it, what it involves, and that side of things. But unless you really experience it, you don't know exactly what it feels like. So you can explain it, you can tell people exactly what you're going through, but unless you've had that personal experience, it's hard to relate to exactly what you're going through. So I mean, leading from that, we've all competed. How did we first start training? I guess, how has our training, our diet changed from, I guess, year one, day one, to where we are now? So this is going to be the things we knew we wish we knew when we started. So going back for myself 5 years, the things I know now I wish I knew back then. The biggest thing for me is I wasn't training every body part. I was lacking.
What were you not training? Calves.
Have a guess of what I wasn't training.
Legs and calves.
Legs.
There you go.
Right. Up until probably 3 months ago.
Yeah.
I hated training legs with a passion.
Yeah, most people do.
So I mean, it was one of those things that I never showed my legs off. I never wore I guess, short shorts.
Yeah.
So I never saw them. And because I couldn't see them, I was like, cool, doesn't matter.
True.
Same thing with my back. I could never see my back, so I was like, don't need to train it. It's not there.
Yeah.
So I was always like, I can see my biceps, I can see my chest. I'll just do them. I'll just do curls.
They'll just get bigger and bigger.
Yeah. So that's probably the number one thing is I wish I had sort of more of a structured program and an idea. And I guess that's how when you come in and you say you researched it, you knew exactly what you were doing.
So just to chime in there, actually, so the fact that, you know, not doing a body part's not the biggest deal, I feel, if you're not specifically going for any sort of look, right? So, you know, you were saying not training legs, and, you know, the fact that you never saw your legs didn't matter too much.
There are the legs.
Yeah.
Not a whole lot going on.
Small legs there.
Not a whole lot. I think that was the first day I trained legs, and I went,
that pump.
that's the last time I'm going to train them. And I got the same shoes. Those things have been around for 5 years.
Yeah, they were there.
Right aware have been around
Right
for
aware.
5 years. There you go.
Not sponsored or anything. Please sponsor me.
I wish. But no, as I was saying, when I first started training with the body parts, and I always knew I wanted to build a balanced physique, and that's what I sort of mean with goal setting, right? So if, you know, you're a physique guy and you only care about, you know, being in your boardies and looking sort of nice upstairs, then you're probably not going to put as much emphasis on legs, right? But the thing is, for me, I knew from the very start I wanted to build a complete physique, and I knew if you want to make the physique look good, you don't look when you look at someone's body, you're not looking at a specific body part.
Yeah,
The
overall.
Your eye might be drawn to some, you know, attractive body parts. Like a lot of people's eyes are drawn to arms and chest because those are very dominant, very, you know, beautiful body parts. But for the most part, you are still looking at the body as a whole, and I understood that from the very start. And actually, to sort of echo your point of what has actually changed over the course of training, you know, as I was explaining before, I knew what I wanted to do, and I always had my goals and everything set out from the very start. But one thing that has 100% changed is my mentality towards training and dieting. You know, I used to be very strict, and I used to be by the numbers, by the books. It was my background, being from, you know, a very academic background. It was just how I did it, very patterned, very routine.
You went from step 1 to step 5. Exactly. You didn't skip. You didn't go from 1 to 7.
Yeah, exactly. It was just very, you know, I knew my calories, I knew my macros, just day by day.
Yeah.
But the thing that I've changed now is I put a lot more, how do you say, variance, or a bit more sort of spontaneous action is. You know, I will do some body parts now that, you know, I may have done a few days before just to shock them, you know, just
100%.
to get more blood in them.
I'm the exact same right now as well. I was telling Neet before, I train what feels good.
Exactly.
And it goes against all the guidelines of you should do this day, then that day, and you should train everything so often. If I go in there and I feel good and I feel like training arms 4 times a week, I'm going to do it because I enjoy it and
it's good.
Fuck the haters.
But to add on to that, at the same time, I feel like the reason why I've been able to do that is just because I've been able to sort of learn and figure my body out more.
And that's the thing, if you know what you're doing and why you're doing it, that's the big thing.
You're in tune with your body.
I like to add it, like, you know, the main thing that people stick to something is because, you know, what's your why?
Yeah.
If you know why you're suffering for what you're suffering for right now and during the process, it makes thing a whole lot easier.
Yeah,
right,
definitely.
You know, your why acts as an anchor to the things, and when things get hard, which is gonna get during the process, it just get easier for you.
Because it's the only thing you have to think about. Why? Nothing else.
I guess with that as well is like when you're talking to people for the first time, or a new client, for example, and they've gone, I've had this training program for 12 weeks. And I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do or not. And you kind of go, well, why are you doing that program? And they go, I don't know, I got told to. And that's the thing is, no one really knows why they're doing certain things. They just get told, or they see online, you have to do this, you have to do that,
true.
You have to eat this, you can't eat horrible things. And no one understands why they're doing certain things.
That's one of the reasons I'm more spontaneous now, because I know why people do that, you know. Why do people do supersets? Just, you know, because of the blood, because of the contractions, because you can get that squeeze, you know, why? And now that I figure it out, I'll put it into it because I know the reasons. Yeah,
definitely.
It's definitely very important.
I mean, even with that is, like, if you go up to somebody that's had a coach for X amount of months or whatever, and they've asked them to do a superset or a giant set, if you were to ask that client, what does that actually mean?
They would have no clue. Yeah.
I don't know. He told me to do it.
True.
And it's sort of like, well, why are you doing things you don't understand why you're doing them? It's sort of like, if I gave you a pill and went, take it,
it will fix your problems.
It will fix everything. They'll go, oh, I don't know, I want to know everything about it. But when it comes to training plans, no one cares.
They'll follow people they see it has worked for and assume automatically it'll apply to them. That's a big one, I think.
Yeah.
Not always.
Yes.
And when I started my journey, like, earlier I was like, the majority of the personal trainers are, alright, give a plan, get the results out of it. But over a period of time, what I've realized is like, it's not just about, giving them plans. It's about educating them as well.
100%.
Exactly.
That's a big one.
You leave an impact, and you live, you learn, you pass on to people.
Yeah.
You have to be passionate about fitness. Like, you were a teacher of fitness, that's what you are, you were sharing, how to transform your body, and anyone can do it. That's what I believe, anyone can.
Yeah, majority of the time, like, people don't spend time with their other professionals like doctors.
Yeah.
They spend 1 hour with us, or maybe 1.5 hours with us, during on consistent daily basis, or not even daily, like at least 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So we become an important part of their life, and we should not. Sometimes we become counselors as well. We should not be, but we do.
Yeah.
They share things to us and all.
They share things
they do.
You shouldn't hear.
Yeah.
But you just go with it.
Yeah.
Because they trust you to an extent.
Yeah. I mean, I've had clients who we've sat there for a 45-minute session, and we've just gone, "How's your weekend?" and just chatted about a weekend.
True.
Got to the end of it, and I'm going, "We can keep going if you want." She goes, "No, I just want to chat."
Yeah, true.
I'm like, "All right, if that's what you want to do, we can just sit here and chat for the next 3 weeks." She goes, "Yeah, I just really enjoy having someone that I can just open up to, and
True.
they don't know my background. There's no judgment. It's things like that." So.
Do you believe, like, if they were to go to a therapist, they'd feel like, I have a problem sort of thing, like, I need to be going to... Whereas with a PT, it's more like, just a sort of casual annoyance in life that they're whinging about. Do you feel like that sometimes?
I mean, I guess it depends who it is.
Yeah, fair.
Everyone's going to be a little bit different.
Definitely.
I mean, you always get those... You get those who... They want to be there, they turn up 5 minutes early no matter what is going on.
Love the on-task hat.
You get those ones that... They kind of just turn up because they want to say that they go to a trainer.
Yeah.
It's almost like a little social status. It's, I've got a trainer. Look at me, kind of thing.
Right.
But I mean, it's one of those things. You just got to deal with it, and it's if they feel comfortable, even just turn up to you. Because a lot of people going into a gym, walking through that door, is a big
commitment.
A big commitment.
Yeah.
And I mean, we don't realise it because we're so used to it. But some people just even walk into the gym. It's sort of like a.
Do you remember your first day at the gym? Your first week at the gym?
First day at the gym. Oh.
I remember what exercise I did on my first day. So, believe it or not, my first exercise at the gym was squats. And actually, a big reason why I did squats at first when I went into the gym was there was this big gospel back. I remember when I first started training around 2014. 15 that said squats were the king of exercises, right?
I've heard that. Everyone's heard that, I reckon.
Everyone said that, yeah. Everyone said that. Back then, because the program I did was this one called 5x5 strong lifts, if you've ever heard of it.
5x5.
Just, 5 sets, 5 reps of basic combat.
Of your main lifts, yeah.
And there was always a big emphasis on squats.
Yeah.
So my legs always kind of grew a bit bigger than my upper body had.
I think also, like, with that, people always go, it's the whole train legs at the start of the week because it will release greater testosterone, you get more out of your other days and things like that.
GH even goes up.
So I think, the reason behind it is obviously there, but like we were saying before, no one knows why. People just go, I train legs because I get told to.
Yeah. Or, a lot of people say, I do squats because they're the king. But why are they the king? I know exactly why squats, because they work so much, it's a compound movement. You're going to work your hamstrings, everything.
You're working multiple joints at the same time.
But the thing is, I wouldn't use squats if I want to do isolation and really stretch my quad, right? I would rather go to an extension, I'd rather go to a machine, something like that. And that comes from just knowing my body, knowing the exercises and stuff like that.
Like, I mean, I'll put it straight out there, I don't squat.
Yeah, true.
A lot of people don't
like,
never do.
I'll do a hack squat, but free bar, not my thing.
It depends, like, if your goal is to be a bodybuilder, that's a contradiction. You can do, you cannot do. There's an option.
Yeah.
Right? If you're a power lifter, you're a weight lifter, I would recommend you have to do it because it's a part of your main lift.
100%. It's all based around your goals, what you want to get out of it. Yeah. So I mean, I find when I squat, my hips go, they tighten up, knees don't feel the best. Just a little thing, lower back.
Yeah, right.
Put me on a leg press or a hack squat. Good as that. Feel amazing. I'll do that for days. Put me under a free bar. I'm gonna cry like a little bitch.
You'll find actually to go on a bit of a bodybuilding tangent, a lot of people now are switching away from free weights in general.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Because of the whole, as you're saying, it tightens up your lower back, it makes your joints a bit creaky, because all the little micro muscles, the stabilizers are being recruited, so it's going to, stress out your CNS and everything. But at the same time, I would recommend still doing compound exercises because that's how you build a thick muscle fibre, you know?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are forgetting that now, and I feel physiques look different because of that.
Yeah, there's not the same, I guess, the same muscle density and quality.
Yeah, definitely.
It's more just, now it's sort of more just the mass. It's just sort of, let's just get as big as possible, but
it's
the muscle
very
doesn't
watery,
look as...
bubbly. It's not as quality.
It's and main thing is like, you know, we are exposed to a lot of stuff now. It's not as like bars are left there, various machines, working on various angles, different grips, you know. So
it used to be very simple.
I mean, it used to be very simple. You didn't have many options. So with the classic barbell workout and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is, like, you had a barbell, you could squat, you could deadlift, you could bench, shoulder press,
hit a lot of your
rows, 100%. But now it's, you know, if you walk into a gym, you've got 4 machines just for a row.
Exactly.
And I guess it comes back again, the education side of things.
Mm-hmm.
What's the difference between a unilateral row, you've got a low row, a high pull? No one really knows the difference, why they're doing certain things. They just go, I see someone else doing it.
Someone else doing it.
To give you an example, you'll see so many people just moving between machines in the gym. Just, you know, going bam, even the ones next to each other.
They do one set here, one set there. And
for what reason, you know?
I mean, even incline, flat press, decline press.
These are all things like we wish we knew, like when we started.
Exactly, 100%. It was, and that's the same thing as when I first went in. I was looking around. I was like, that guy looks like he's got a decent physique. What does he do?
Yeah.
But he's been training for 5-6 years. What he's doing isn't going to work for me.
And he knows what he's doing as well with his body. Exactly.
Yeah. And even little like, I guess, changes and technique cues. The way that he does a lat pull down works for him, but it might not be the way it works for someone else.
Yeah,
so I mean, you get those that, you know, they're completely upright, they pull straight down. Some lean back a little bit. You just got to do what feels best for you and find that right spot.
Yes.
That's a big thing, I think, when it comes to fitness, is that whole unique perspective. Like, a lot of people don't realise, but everyone's body is different. Your joint makeup, your skeletal structure, where your muscles insert.
Yeah.
Even, you know, the amount of muscle spindles that allow for reflex action and all of that sort of stuff. People will, like, when we're talking about something mental, like when we're talking about what career you want to do, or, you know, what kind of passion, what kind of personality you are, that's such an individualistic thing, right? People will, you know, make a very individual sort of unique perspective to it.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to fitness, they'll paint everything under a broad brush, right? This must work for this because scientifically it says so.
Yeah.
But scientifically, everyone's body is so vastly different, right? Scientifically, biomechanics can be so complicated. Just if we're talking about joint movement, if we're talking about, you know, muscle fiber movement, it's so complicated. You can't apply one philosophy to a group of people.
Definitely.
You never can.
I mean, 100%. Like, even just the way your body is, your posture.
Exactly.
Posture can have a massive impact on certain. If you've got round shoulders, minimal overhead mobility,
it's hard to do.
Trying to get someone into a shoulder press.
Exactly.
They might get it there, but it's not going to feel good for them.
And they might even stretch something.
Why do people like get injured? Is just because, you know, they lack stability. And there's a saying, very strong saying, with stability comes strength.
Yeah.
So you need to be stable, you know, at things to get stronger and stronger and stronger. And strength basically is the mother of all qualities. So focus all around on strength. It's one of the key areas that guys should work upon in your programs.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, touching on that, what's our opinion on core exercises, bracing it over, just doing crunches?
Actually, to chime in on that topic a bit, it's funny because I have very weak abs. That's probably one of my weakest sort of body parts, and obviously going to my first prep, it was focus on abs and sections nice because I'd never done core work before. But now actually I'm seeing my chiro on the side, and he's been mentioning to me a lot of my upper back issues actually come from the fact that my obliques and my abs are undertrained, and thus aren't providing enough stability when I'm doing back rowing exercises and stuff like that.
So all the support, all that bracing is coming from your lower back rather than from...
You can't use a belt. You know, you can't always use a belt for a lot of exercises. Definitely. So now I realise core exercises are twofold. You need them to make your abs look good, but you also need them to make everything else work well.
Definitely.
You know. So, definitely important.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I probably go more for the bracing side of things rather than... I haven't done a set of crunches for... I'm not sure how long.
I mean, a lot of people have beautiful abs without even hitting abs.
And that's the thing. Is you find a lot of physique guys, bikini figures, all that sort of stuff as well, is they put their core training down to bracing during bench, dead squats.
True.
Yeah, true, definitely.
They find that that's their core workout, is just bracing. during those movements.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah.
So when you put it down to it, it's almost like an isometric.
True,
contraction.
isometric, yeah, and the major study that was done for abdominal exercises, they've done various exercises. So the best top number one exercise was a pull-up. Pull up for abs.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's strange, but that.
There you go.
Because of the way you
Because you have to brace, you have to hold it up.
brace it,
Strict pull up.
Definitely.
Yeah, bracing works.
So there you go. If you want abs, do pull-ups, and you get it back as well. So.
What do you reckon's harder to do, getting abs or doing pull-ups first? Because a lot of people have abs but can't do pull-ups, I feel.
And see, that's a different aspect though. Like people having abs can't do pull-up because of their, they're not structurally balanced.
Yeah, that's true.
Imbalanced on their, maybe anterior, posterior. A lot of people have good backs, but they can't bench too much because they're lacking the stability which is the back provides.
Yeah.
So
they can't get their shoulders back, the shoulder blade squeeze.
They have to protect and hold it down and have to press it. So those sorts of stuff.
A big theme that's been recurring, I guess, throughout this conversation is just mechanics of the movement in the lifts, and the fact that as you get more and more knowledgeable and you figure out how your body likes to work, what feels good in certain lifts, you'll change the way you do certain things from other people, right? And once you get to that point, I feel like that's sort of the line of where you're moving past being a beginner lifter. Right?
Yeah.
And that's where you start really knowing your body and adapting certain programs and parts of your nutrition to actually suit what you feel.
When you start, I guess, manipulating exercises to suit you, that's when you're sort of at that next next level. I mean, like I'll train with guys and stuff, and they'll go, I'll basically say, this is the way I'm going to do it. You do it how it's meant to be done.
Right.
Because it doesn't work for you, it's going to work for me because I've found little ways that work better for me. But that's not for everybody.
Because I found like the generic version of exercise is just the best for stability, injury-free sort of ways of doing it.
Definitely. I mean, from that's kind of the training side of things, how we started and what our views are now. The other big thing is nutrition. So when we first started training, personally, when I first started training, I had no idea about nutrition. Being as skinny as I was, I could basically eat anything and nothing would happen, but it wasn't the right foods. So I was eating minimal, like I was having big meals.
What kind of foods?
Breakfast I was probably doing just a standard, like Weet-Bix, I was probably doing 7 or 8 Weet-Bix.
Right.
The meals themselves had a bit of volume to them, but I was only eating 3 times a day, and it was just like Weet-Bix for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, and then whatever was really cooked for dinner. So like there's normally some sort of meat and veg, very low carb. So basically my carbs were from breakfast. That was my main carb source. So I was almost feeling like a keto type thing. I knew that I had to eat lots, but it's that generic thing of if you want to grow and you say you eat a lot, you're not eating a lot. Exactly. You need to eat more than what you think. So I was probably having 1,400 calories, I reckon, maybe.
You were trying to grow on that.
And I was trying to grow. But that's the thing is when I first started training, I didn't know what I wanted to do.
Yeah, true.
So I went in going, I want to look like that. I had no idea how to look like that.
And I feel that's the case for most people. Most people learn to train well. Most people can train harder and they can diet well.
Yeah.
I mean, Josh is a perfect example of, one of the previous guest on the last episode. He's someone who's extremely good at training hard, can do his cardio.
Yeah.
But even though he knows what to do with his diet, it can be hard to get his appetite in control, to get his cravings in control, right?
Yeah.
And that's the big thing. With nutrition, it's mentality.
It's mindset.
Definitely.
Mindset and knowing what to do, having a plan.
True.
Right. Training, you can just, put your balls to the wall and put the gas to the floor.
Yeah. A lot of people can go in for 45 minutes, an hour, and just smash out a session.
But then tell them to not eat chocolate or pizza or whatever for a week, and they'll shit out on you. So
some people they eat to train. Some people train to eat.
Yes,
exactly. That's a big one.
True. There's a difference between different individualities and how do they deal with things in their life. So basically, I started up training. I was very skinny. I was 56 kilograms.
56.
I was 56 kilograms.
Even less than me. I thought I was bad.
And I was
much shorter.
Yeah.
Because I used to play, games, sports all the time. 5 up in the morning till 8. I used to come home.
So your activity
very active.
was
Very active. I was told to gain I have to eat Indian sweets with milk. So I was juggling 1.5 to 2 kilograms of milk a day. So 2 liters of milk
2
a
litres
day.
of milk a day.
2 litres.
I have like a glass of milk now, and I'm in the bathroom for like an hour.
Yeah, same for me now. But back then I was just drinking milk or milk products as a protein source for me. I was not eating any meat and all that stuff. So it was hard for me, but yeah, that's how it went.
I mean, to expand on that, I'm a bit different from you guys. You know, same with training. I knew for the most part, you know, what calories and tracking all that was.
You knew what you're doing.
So for me, the challenge wasn't actually eating the food. I've been quite dedicated and quite mentally disciplined from day one because I knew what I wanted, my goal, and I was always quite driven. The biggest challenge for me was the people around me, okay? So to give a bit of a unique perspective, being in sort of from a Chinese background, the way we eat, you know, it's big carbs, a lot of soy sauce, you know, a lot of salt and, you know...
A lot of rice, a lot of dressings, things like that.
That sort of stuff, a lot of fats and oils.
Yeah.
So when I first started...
Which sounds good.
It does, it's amazing. I mean, there's a reason everyone loves Chinese food, and it sounds like I'm complaining about it, so don't mind me. But, you know, I switched my diet to mostly rice, chicken, you know, sandwiches, oats, things like that, protein shakes, and a general bodybuilding diet. And the people around me thought I was nuts. The people around me, like my parents, you know, the people in my household, they were like, you aren't going to diet like this forever.
Yeah.
They said, you aren't going to eat like this for long, you know.
They think it's just a phase you're going through.
Not just a phase, you know, they would actively, I wouldn't say sabotage, because sabotage implies some sort of malignant
that they're doing
purpose,
it out of,
right? But it's more so they just didn't understand my goals, and they didn't quite understand the process of getting there.
They knew what they had done growing up,
exactly.
And they thought that was...
And they simply thought, you know, oh, you know, you're on 2,400 calories, surely you can have like half a kebab, it won't matter that much. No, I can't have half a kebab.
Yeah.
You know, that sort of thing. And eventually, my parents understand like everything now because I've been doing it for 5 years. Yeah. But that was definitely a challenge. And another thing was bringing my meals to school because I was eating 4 or 5 meals. Getting them to school was rough, you know. And I was doing a lot of this alone, so my friends thought I was nuts as well. They were like, mate, what are you doing? Like, you really think you're going to get to where you want to get to eating like this? And I knew from the very start I knew I wasn't going to get there in 1 to 2 to 3 years. I knew it was going to be
a long journey.
To 10 to 15. So
but when you get there,
it's satisfying.
It's all going to be worth
nothing else that
well, I had the same thing. Like when I was doing my shows, taking meals out to dinners with family or friends.
It's rough.
And they're just going, why can't you just take 1 meal off? Have dinner out somewhere, you'll be fine.
Yeah, exactly.
No, doesn't
you have to be controlled.
I've got 2,500 calories, not 2,600 calories if I feel like it.
Yeah.
There's a number there for a reason.
People think you're crazy for obsessing so much over numbers, right? But that's just the way it is. Yeah. It's business.
I mean, even small things, like I'd go out for a lunch with friends or whatever. We'd go to a place, they wouldn't have a microwave.
You'd be fucked.
And I'd just eat my food cold. So I'm like, well, I can't miss my meal.
Yeah.
And they go, just order something. I'm like, no. I'm going to have my plain turkey, my asparagus, I'm going to cry myself.
It feels bad as well because you're isolating yourself from your social group.
Yeah, definitely. You say no to things.
Exactly,
yeah.
Definitely. Drinking as well is a big thing going out.
Social circle. The main thing is like, you know, my grandfather told me once that if you want to be on the top, you need to learn to be alone.
Definitely. That's a big one. That's a big one.
That's true.
You know, pinnacle of fitness, if you want to be whatever you want in life, you have to know how to fight alone. You need to know how to learn things.
Mentally strong alone.
Definitely.
That's a big one.
Definitely.
Because I feel a lot of people can get things done when they're in a group. They can go train in a group. They can even diet in a group, you know. But then when they're by themselves and have to keep themselves accountable,
they've got to get themselves to the gym. They've got to do their own workout.
That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, especially like if you've got someone who, if you're in a group and they don't turn up, then it's that, okay, well, where were you? There's that kind of, I guess, that accountability.
Yeah.
When you're by yourself and you don't turn up, you can say you turned up.
Yeah.
No one's going to know.
It's true.
So
you're only cheating yourself.
Definitely.
You're only cheating yourself.
Alrighty, well, that's kind of the things we knew, or things we wish we knew when we first started training.
We know now, definitely.
Things we know now. So if any of you guys enjoy those tips, want any other tips, let us know. Drop some comments below. Definitely hit that subscribe button for us. The more subscribers, more money for us. But leading from that,
better content we can bring.
Better content. The next episode is going to be something a little bit fun. There will be Krispy Kremes involved, or ice cream, or both.
That wasn't made aware to me.
So that's new for you. Stay tuned.